out, oh my God, or they go and do zero. They do nothing. And both are bad because they're both not sustainable for success. So you want to find some rhythm. I was thinking to Alicia, I was like, geez, I pity someone to follow us around for a day and the things we do, what we can achieve in a month. We can crush people. But it doesn't because we find rhythm, right? Rhythm in what we're doing, right? So that's a really important word to develop. If you came in here to, how many of you came here to make extra money or learn how to make extra money? Hands up. Great. How many of you are already working in a job or a business at the present time? Great. And give me two hands up if you are easily overwhelmed when you do two things at once. Okay. So I'm talking to you guys. Rhythm. Find some rhythm. The great thing about this side hustle you're going to learn is nothing bad can happen to you when you suck, and you will suck. That's the whole idea. Okay. So if you came in here to be great, I'm sorry to tell you, you ain't going to be. You're going to suck. And those of you who think you're great, you're going to suck later. No one gets through this without sucking the greatest suck they've ever sucked. Okay. So just get over it very quickly and enjoy the process of sucking. It'll just help you to move through this with some fun and joy. And, like when you first learned to ride a bike, you're like, Mom, I'm shit. Look, I just fell off my bike. I'll just get back on. That's the approach that you want to take with this. It's not, if you came here to be serious and you came here to make up stories about how serious the world is and how serious this is, then you're not going to have any fun. And if you're not going to have any fun, you're not going to find any rhythm. If you don't find rhythm, you're going to have success. So, yeah, we want to shake out the seriousness that you've got in your head right now. You might even be thinking that right now, like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Because you might be used to how things work in the Matrix, which is let's all be serious about things. And the reality is we're all going to die, so who gives a shit, right? So care less. Care less what people think of you. Care less about being perfect because you ain't perfect. So stop trying to try and be perfect. Ain't going to work, right? You're going to be doing things on this program that you wouldn't normally do because if you did what you already did, then you get what you already got. So how many of you came here to have a different life or try something different, get a different result than what you used to? Great. Keep your hand up if you're open to a new approach then that's different to what you're used to. Okay. Keep your hand up if you're already scared. All right, we got 4 or 5 honest people on the call. Great. So of course we don't expect that you've done this before. Of course we expect that you're not going to be good. Of course we expect that you're going to be scared. These are all things that I would anticipate and expect from people who are doing something they've never done before. This is all normal. Like, so if your expectations are that it's going to be like that, then great, because it is. It's going to be different. It's going to be different because if you want a different outcome, you've got to put a different input in, right? So many people looking for they look for an unconventional output. Like, oh, I just love to get some weekly residual income and go on more trips and stuff. I'm like, oh, would that be an unconventional life? Yes, it would be very unconventional because all my people I work with are boring. They never travel. They never do this. Great. So you're looking for an unconventional output. How many of you want an unconventional approach to life? Something that's different to everyone else, that unconventional to the matrix. Great. How do you get that? How do you get an unconventional output?
You create it.
Yeah, by doing what?
Unconventional things.
Unconventional inputs. If it's unconventional, it means it's weird. So be prepared to do things like, what? That's weird. Why would I do that? Because you're looking for a different life. So we ask that you have a level of trust in what we're going to teach you because we live that life. Like we live it. We live that life that you could only dream of living. And so I want you to know it's possible, but only possible if you're prepared to do things that are completely not what the norm does. And I don't know. I've always found it joyful to do things that other people aren't doing because I like the smirk on their face or I like the worry in their eyes. I like them to worry that someone in the tribe is doing something different. It gives me thrill to jab them in the ribs and say, haha, we're outside the matrix. We're doing things different. It's a fun, thrilling experience to live life differently to everyone else, as far as I'm concerned. Right? So how many of you care what other people think? How many already got kids or siblings that you've already done something weird on by getting on this call and you're already getting grief from them? Okay. So that's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. So if that happens, it means you're on the right track. So a couple of things, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed, so just actually you got a pen and paper or a pad and pen, and we've got short pencils are better than a long memory. Just take these notes. Just put a title on top of the page and just write success flags. Success flags. Now put a line underneath that like a heading, success flags. And put 1, overwhelm at the top. Okay. What that means is if you're experiencing overwhelm, you're on the path to success. Okay. Some people have a negative connotation, negative attachment to that. Like, I'm overwhelmed. Like, that's good. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be flipping learning anything new, would you? I bet you were overwhelmed when you first got on a bike. I bet how many of you were overwhelmed when you first started driving a car for the very first time? You're like, yeah, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Yes or yes? Right. But very important for your success in life to be able to drive a car. So success flag number 1 is overwhelm. So when you experience it, give yourself a pat on the back. Okay? It means you're showing up and you're prepared to do something new because it's all new. 2, people who love you will tell you that you're weird and on the wrong track, and they'll think you've been hacked and you're a psychopath. So maybe just put here, people who love me will question me. Family and friends will question what I'm doing. That's a success flag. It's not an obstacle. 3, I will be on my phone a lot. And so the success flag for number 3 is my thumbs will go numb. My thumbs will go numb. If you're on your phone and your fingers start going a little bit numb, like sore and stuff, that's a success flag. Four, make sure you stretch. 4, you're going to get in good physical shape. You'll be healthy. You'll feel energetic. You'll perhaps lose a bit of belly fat. You'll sleep better. You'll be healthier. And I know that's a success flag because it means you're using the products. And you can only be successful in this business if you use and enjoy the products. You can. And I say that because the only way to market anything is to believe in it, and the only way to believe in it is to follow it. Because people are like, how do you sell? And it's very simple. You're going to learn today on this call how to sell. It's the easiest thing in the world, right? But if you're not healthy and you're trying to impart some sort of health story, you're going to be incongruent. That's a success flag. If you're feeling healthy, you're on the right track. If you're feeling energetic, you're on the right track, right? And the last one is you're going to be nervous. A feeling of nervousness. And that's a great success flag because it means you are moving into an area that is unknown. It's outside your comfort zone. And when you move outside your comfort zone, the body goes through a survival process where it's fight or flight. So your adrenaline goes a little bit and you start to get like apprehensive and uncertain and doubtful. And that's because your brain is designed to keep you safe. And what happens is that thankfully it does keep you safe because, there's a lot of things that can kill you. But one thing that can't kill you is social interaction. So business is a social sport, generally, and because business is the extraction of money from other human beings in an ethical manner, which produces win-win outcomes. That's what business is. And when you're in business, and you're talking to people, you'll go through social experiences and it will feel like you're going to die, but you can't die. Does anyone know of anyone who has died from speaking to someone else? Andrea's like, am I really on this call? Is this really happening? Is this what he's training on? This is ridiculous. There's a cup of hopefully Cleanse for Life tea there. As she sips her tea. I can see everyone. By the way, just so you know, I see everyone's expressions and I just make a story up when I see it. So if you're like, holy fuck, I can't believe I'm on this call, then I'll interpret it as that. Um, yes, unless, but even if they're a serial killer, they're not going to kill you, right? So metaphorically, I don't know anyone that has died from actually engaging in a social interaction, but your brain will interpret it as danger because losing social status in your tribe can, used to be an outcast experience that can probably lead to some sort of famine, but it can't happen anymore. So the last success flag of nervousness is that if you're feeling nervous, then you're on the right track. Okay, so if you go through this whole program the next 6 weeks or longer and you don't ever feel nerves, then you are failing. Does that make sense? So does this help you guys stay on track for what you should be seeking to find when it comes to success? Yes? Feeling overwhelmed, great, you're on success. Family and friends questioning what you're doing, great, success. Spending time on your phone, your thumbs go numb, success. Increased energy from product, success. Feeling nervous, success. So these things should be happening. Okay? These are the symptoms. The success symptoms. That's what we should call them, not success flags. The symptoms of success. Okay, great. Now that being said, we'll rip into this, and I'll explain what's going to happen. And is this being recorded? Alicia, you're recording it. So these will be recorded and popped into the group chat. That's where all the information is. Just a bit of a bit of advice here. When Alicia or myself put in a message into that group thread, into that Side Hustle School group chat, one, read it really carefully. I would say two, take a screenshot of it or save it to your notes because it's communication for this program. There'll be a lot of chatter in there every day because we do on the job training in there. It gets busy. And you'll be overwhelmed, which is great because it's a success flag, so it's going to happen. We don't expect you to keep up with it all the time. You're going to be like, what the hell is that? What the? But if we put a message in there, we would expect you to read it and save it. The worst thing is you'll notice in there, we've had to do the same message 55 million times. So really important, if you don't want to miss anything, if Alicia puts something in there or I do, it's really important. It should be screenshotted and understood and actioned, I would anticipate. It just help you to navigate the noise, right, in there. Just a bit of a word of advice. We've been doing this a long time. I think we're in our 12th year now, so it's not our first rodeo. So this is not something that we just conjured and pulled out of our ass. We've been running these programs for over a decade. So all the things we're going to ask you to do, we've done ourselves for many years. They proved to be a success because we've been at the top of the company in the world for many, many years. Some of the youngest millionaires in the company. And we've developed people like Katrina's about to get herself financially free. Alicia's sister's one made $1 million in profits. How many of you are already making money doing this or have made some money doing this before? Great, excellent. So we've got success in terms of 5 or 6 people on this call are going to Thailand on a free trip. We've taken lots of people on free trips. All the stuff we mentioned in the webinar is real. So what we're going to teach you is the things that we have done and that we continue to do and others do to get success in this business, in this side business. Okay. Thankfully, the things you do learn will be transmissible and transferable, I should say, into your job, into your other businesses, into your life. So you should be able to level up all areas of your life by implementing the things we teach in this program. And the worst thing that can happen to you, the worst thing is that you get healthy and save money. That's the worst possible thing that can possibly happen to you. Okay? Is that good? The best possible thing is you can live a life of Riley that everyone will be jealous of, and you can travel the world for the rest of your life and live your best life. That's the best outcome. Okay? Rhythm is gonna get you. Okay.
think we lost Lloydie for a minute.
Hold tight, everyone. They'll be back. Stress.
Sorry about that. My computer just decided to freeze. First time it's done that ever since I got it 5 years ago. So there you go. You never know what's around the corner. Some sort of tech glitch, something bad will happen. It's the nature of things. Okay, so I'm back. Now, with that being said, let's do this properly again. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. Okay, here we go. So that's school week 1. Let's do it again. Let's take a quick photo together. We'll see who's staying here still at the end. This is only 6 weeks. How many of you can commit to 1 call a week for 6 weeks? Are you sure? Hand on heart. Swear on your children's life. We'll see. You don't want any dead kids, okay? So you better bloody show up. I'm only saying that because it's like, that's all it is. It's not, we're not asking for your firstborn child. We're not asking you to jump out of a helicopter with a parachute on. It's literally log into a Zoom call. I know I'm being very like bit, what is it? Patronizing when I say that, but I've been doing this a long time. And what makes you, we care about your success, but what we don't do is trust people to show up. It's just the easiest thing to do and the easiest thing not to do, because your brain will make up reasons not to, because it tries to move you back to the matrix of what you're used to. So, hands up if you're going to be here in 6 weeks still, 6 calls. Okay, we have all your hands up in a photo now, so now we can definitely see we've committed you. It's your commitment photo. Okay, cool. Yeah, 90% of life is really just showing up, to be honest. Katrina, she's had so much success doing this, and she shows up to every side hustle school without fail. Even though she's already making thousands of dollars a week, she's still just doing it. So there's a really good example there to follow. Okay, no matter how successful she gets, she always shows up to side hustle school. Okay, we're going to start off with a breakout. What I'd love, a break, just for you guys to know, a breakout is where we put you into another separate room with someone you don't know. I know some of your butt cheeks are already clenching, thinking you have to talk to someone you don't know. I get it, especially the introverts. But what we'd love to do, we're going to put you into a room with one other person on this call. Okay, you may know them, you may not know them. We're going to leave it to the Zoom gods to figure out who goes to where. You may think that we're going to put you with someone, but it's actually the Zoom gods that will organize that for us. We're not that special. So what we need you to do in the breakout with your partner is they're going to be your accountability partner through this. Okay, so they're going to make sure you're accountable and you're going to make sure they're accountable. And what you need to share with them is, 1, why you joined Side Hustle School. And we want you to exchange details, meaning mobile numbers, because you'll keep each other accountable throughout the 6 weeks, okay? So that's what we're going to do now. But all you need to do is share with each other why you joined this 6-week program, okay? So we'll open up the rooms now. We've got 29 minus 2 is probably 27, is it? We've got some couples, though, too. Jules and Ian. I'll let Alicia do the long division on that one.
Let's do 13 rooms.
Okay, 13. 13? So if you happen to be in a threesome, lucky you, but well, I don't know what's going to happen. If you're also in a foursome, I'm going to take you both out and put you in a twosome. So just be patient. When you go into a breakout, when I click the button, there'll be a button that pops up saying go to breakout room. I would suggest you click that button. If you don't, you'll be stuck in our breakout room, which will be me and Alicia. And you're welcome to stay in ours, but you're going to get peppered to death. It's going to be way more frightening to stay in our breakout room. But it can happen, and it does happen. So if you get stuck in ours, I'm going to absolutely make it uncomfortable for you. So please, for your own benefit and safety, click the button when it pops up. Okay? And some of you guys have been around. Please don't on purpose stick around to see what's going to happen. But it's to make sure they click the button and go. Because they're like, what's going on? I'm like, click the flipping button. If you get stuck or you get logged out, come back in and I'll put you into a room again. Either which way, we'll sort it out. Okay? So 13 rooms. All you need to share is why you joined and share details. Make sense? Just give me a make sense.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Hope no one dies. Look at that, Leisha. 11, 13 on the money. All right. One threesome. That's all good.
We've gone to a different room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Oh, I was just
Now
going
we've
to
got the
throw
original-
my number in the chat.
We're all gonna
Just-
message you now.
Hey, if you need to exchange numbers, pop it in the chat now so they can
I'm
save
gonna.
it. Yeah.
I don't mind. Just don't stalk me.
All right, everyone, we need to stalk G. So when you see a mobile number, everyone send her a love heart text.
You tag.
Anything that's going to make you uncomfortable, we're going to make you do. Yeah, don't stalk her. But if you put your details in there, they can save your number. Okay, text is the best way to get hold of people. Right. Now, how many of you met someone new?
Yeah.
Great. How many of you found that really awkward?
No.
That's good. Okay, wonderful. Excellent. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, Nicholas?
So, also, just so you know, when you come into off the breakouts into the main room, you'll be unmuted. So, if you want to yell at your pet, dog, or cat, or kids, you can. If you don't want us to hear, though, probably just mute. If not, we're happy to hear and we're happy to be involved. Just so you know, when you come out of a breakout room, that's what will happen. So you know. Okay, here's what we need you to answer. Why do you have an accountability buddy? And how should an accountability show up for their partner?
As a parent with a child. Hold their hand through the process.
Why have an accountability partner?
So you're more responsible for your actions.
Okay. And how should an accountability buddy show up for their partner?
Same way.
Consistently.
Consistently? Make
Give
sure
them
they show up.
Challenge them.
Challenge
Make sure
them.
they do what they say they're going to do.
Oh, make sure
Yeah.
they say it. So make sure that their word is their bond. Their word is worth something. Okay. So, what's the best way do you think to hold someone accountable? With a stick or a carrot?
Bit of both.
Carrot. Carrot
Okay,
first.
bit of
then
both.
stick.
How many for the carrot? Right. How many for carrot? And that's incentivizing them with love and incentive and hey, come and get it. And how many stick? All right. Stick works the best. So that being said, what are some carrots and sticks that you can implement to keep your accountability partner here till the end of 6 weeks?
Keep in touch.
Yeah, message and say how excited you are for the next one, I guess, if you are excited.
Okay, so be excited for the next one. Show up yourself and then tell them that you're excited. Is that the best? Is that the best way to do it?
Lead by example.
Lead by example. That's effective and helpful.
Share the good bits that are happening and how you got there, even if it was tough.
Okay, share. Give them some encouragement and share what you're up to yourself.
Tell the person what it is you'll do. And then,
Tell them what, okay, so give some sort of public announcement to them what you're going to do.
yeah. So I'm declaring to my partner what I'll be doing right now.
Uh-huh.
And I need to show up and do that. I need to be the person following up.
Okay. And so what are the consequences if they don't? Should there be consequences? How many of you got kids? So when they do something naughty, what do you do?
It teaches them a lesson, so it's on them.
How do you do that? You do it with a carrot or a stick?
No, you just explain the lesson. That's what
How does that go? How does that go down?
My son is very responsible, so it works fine for us.
What's okay, so let's say he's a bit older and he goes out and he does something really naughty. What would be the consequences? Would be a block of chocolate, pat on the back, kiss goodnight? What's
No, we just communicate. Like, what's the point? Like, if he
okay, so if he goes out and murders someone, so you just talk about it.
Well, that's why I bring him up from early childhood to be a good person, so he doesn't murder people, right?
But I know that he's going to, but let's take it back a step. What if he was to speed or be on his phone and get caught with a camera?
Well, I'm probably doing that myself, so
But what happens to you then?
that's why
Get a
we just talk.
fine.
It's a no-no. That's it.
Is there consequences to poor behavior in society?
Yes, yes.
So what are the consequences that your accountability buddy will receive if they don't do certain things?
Fine.
A fine, monetary fine. People are like, they ain't gonna pay it. We're like, whatever. This sucks.
It would be a phone call, and then they'd have to make up for it by double next week.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good start, Liz. I think you're on the right track. But what about
Well,
what about
we
like
could
stiff
just
consequences?
let them know that they're letting themselves down, and that
Sure.
this is not a way to make progress and move forward. And if you really want it, then you really have to make sure you show up and put in the effort
Okay, cool.
and talk them through it.
I like it.
drag them
Makes sense,
along.
Ben. It makes sense. It makes sense. There's still no consequence. This is a stern talk. I get it. I like it. But what if,
we would discuss with each other and find out what we really don't like. So there's pain increased if the actions aren't done.
okay,
We'd
so how are we
work
going to
out
increase
what
that?
each one's pain point is and
Okay.
try and help through
So
that.
Karen, would it be
Pain and pleasure.
would it be painful if they didn't do certain things that they get kicked out of the group chat?
Mm.
That's no good. You've got to learn more and grow more.
Oh. Okay,
Well, that would
so
be a serious consequence for sure.
the last time I was at school we did, they chose what the consequence. You guys are so much nicer. So the last one we did, they said, well, if they don't show up and participate, meaning if they don't come to a call or at least participate in the group chat, doing some of the homework tasks. Remember, this is 6 calls. It's not like living 47,000 years it's 6 hours of 6 weeks. So if they didn't show up or they stopped showing up, then their accountability partner would remove them from the group chat and they would lose privileges.
We did, didn't we? I'm pretty sure that there was at least one that got booted.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
what you guys decided on.
Yeah.
But these guys just want to give a nice turn talking to. So what do you
Well,
guys
nicer
decide?
this
Or
time.
maybe ask us again in 2 weeks when
I
someone's actually
can't.
doing it.
We have to approve it now because you have to make the rules before we move on, because we need to know how to handle effective behavior of showing up and then punish the behavior of not showing up. And you get to choose.
What about public shaming? Is that not okay?
Notice you all agree to it. It's not public. It's not shame because you all agree. If I don't show up, I'll get kicked out. It's like, that's a consequence.
Oh,
Like, if
that's
you-
harsh.
If you drink drive, you go to jail. Like, what do you, it's harsh. Well, it's harsh if you don't show up.
Is there a reminder? A warning?
Well, no.
It's up to your
it's not like
accountability.
it's not like
This is the warning. This
It's
is
not-
the warning. Setting the rules from the
Yes.
beginning. This is the
Yes.
warning.
Yeah.
We make an agreement to say, you guys in? Everybody says yes. It's really easy to raise your hand.
Yeah.
So we make an agreement to say, it's like signing a contract. Sign the contract. You all in? Yes or no? There's no middle ground. There's no, well, maybe if I'm free. No, you're in or you're out. And if you're out, you'll be out. That's it.
Okay, I could have a problem.
Okay,
Okay, I could have a
we can kick
problem.
people
I
out,
could
but
be in the
we
wrong
need.
time zone
Mark.
and not have internet at one point during this 6 weeks.
That's okay.
tell your
because if-
accountability
That's why we
buddy.
need
I
clear
will organise
criteria.
with my buddy to fill me in and
Don't forget.
and
Don't forget.
we
if
have
you
to do the
claim-
work.
That's force majeure, things that are outside your control. Like, let's say, for example, the internet goes down in the whole country and you can't. I get it. But you're on now. You've got internet. You know what the time is. It's the same time, same link, same time every single week. There's only 5 of these left and we're done. There's 5 hours left, guys. 5 hours. So,
Yeah.
again, up to you. I think Ara explained it pretty well. But the reason why the previous group chose that is because what they wanted to do was work with someone who is committed. So if they're working with someone committed, the person has no qualms. Like, rain, hail, or shine, I'll be on the flipping call. Or rain, hail, or shine, I'll be participating for 5 weeks. You got me. That's what they wanted. Now, you guys may not want that. How many of you would prefer to go to war with someone that runs away? You... So how many of you are committed to 5 weeks of this? This is a test, by the way. This is a test.
Great.
I like to work with committed people too. Hands up if you're committed. I think every single hand is up. Except yours, Sammy. Is yours up?
No, I'm up.
Maybe
Okay.
that's why we're going so easy about the punishment, because we don't think it's going to be necessary. Hopefully
Well-
that's what it is.
Well, if the punishment's in place and you know you're going to show up, you shouldn't even be worried about it. But here's a chance, if you're open to it. Here's a chance where you can actually commit to one thing properly, and there will be consequences of not showing up. Maybe this is what everyone needs. Told ya, success flag, nervousness, overwhelm. It's already happening. It didn't take very long. We haven't even got to the training yet. Okay, so if you're open to this, if the person doesn't show up, meaning you don't hear from them in the group chat, they don't get on the call, and there's no good reason, they're not moving forward and progressing, and you'll know because you're their accountability partner. If they don't, then would you be open to being their accountability partner? If that you don't see them, hear from them, would you be open to removing them from the group chat?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you give us. We won't.
No,
Oh, you don't want to?
no,
Okay.
and no.
Okay. This is very nice. Okay. So we have a dispute. So what will you do if they don't show up?
I'll just talk to them like I always do. Conversation resolves a lot of things. You don't need to be like hostile
Okay.
about it.
Okay. So if they don't reply to you,
Well, because people want to communicate with me, they will reply. But if they
and when they say to you, Maria, "Oh, my cat's cousin's brother's father's son's cat's cousin's mouse died. I can't make this anymore. This is too overwhelming. I can't do it. I'm out." Should we leave them in the group chat so they can just sit on the wall like a bad smell for 57 weeks?
I truly believe that if people are here, they want to learn. So they will do their best to be at every call, and they're not going to come up with excuses like the cat of some neighbor died and they all went for a funeral.
Trust me, the excuses happen. It gets about 2 or 3 weeks in, and then they all start to bail because then shit hits the fan. So, like, it's about encouraging your accountability buddy and saying, hey, come on, like, I understand it's hard or whatever, let's go. And if they just give you nothing, you don't have time or energy to drag someone with you. So,
Okay, well, it's up to you then because they're your accountability partner. So if you want to play nice, you're welcome to. In our experience, it's always better to have consequences for poor behavior. But if you would like to condone it, you're welcome to. But if there'll be a lot of people being taken out of that group chat at some point because we can't have people just sitting in there doing nothing like Deadwood, right? So there ought to be some sort of consequence for you not showing up. And you people are like, why are you spending 30 minutes on this one thing? Here's why. Because this is the only thing that's going to make you successful. Because nothing else matters. This is the most important conversation you'll ever have with anyone about success. Ever. Which is why I spent 30 minutes on it. Because I know if you show up, you will learn through osmosis. You can't help but learn a move. Because the one thing you can do and you'll win. This is why it's the most important thing. Okay? So when it's your anniversary and there's a call on, you get on the call. When it's your wedding day, you get on the call. And I say that because that's what we've done. And the only reason we do that, it doesn't wreck your day. It's a little bit of time in the morning. It's just, you'll be fine, right? But you just show up no matter what. Yes? You're dying from the plague. Put the thing on, tell the doctor you need to put the Zoom on and just lay in bed and slowly die, okay? You have to show up like that. You might be thinking I'm being funny, but it's just how you be successful. What it means is there's no negotiation. And if you don't make any negotiations because you just ban negotiating any and everything, you're going to win. And the problem why people don't succeed in anything in their life, whether it be in sports, whether it be in business, whether it be in anything they do, is because they make things negotiable. And the people who have had success working with us, they have made this non-negotiable activity. Yeah. And their entire life has changed. And this might be the very first time you've ever had an opportunity to be non-negotiable. Because the world out there, it's got really soft. And so that's good in the sense that success has never been so easy. But at the same time, it's bad because all these bad habits of not showing up and being rewarded for it are just getting too much for everybody. So they're being mollycoddled through and they're wondering why they can't win. But we win. This is what we do here. This is our culture. This is why we have the life we have. So if you come into our realm, you're going to get a whiff of our culture. So how many of you want to learn how to win? Great, excellent. You win by not negotiating. So up to you and your accountability partner based on what that discussion is what you do. Some of you will want to use a stick. You're welcome to remove them from the group chat. We absolutely harbor no, if you get removed, there's no stories made up about you. We're not going to judge you. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not bad. It's just that's the consequence of what happened to you when you didn't show up for 5 weeks. Then you go deal with that. Shit, maybe I should learn a lesson from that. Maybe I should commit next time. That's a lesson to learn, right? And if you do show up, you got nothing to worry about. Come back next time. You're always welcome to come to Side Hustle School to build this business. Always. We've had people not show up and come back, and we'll always welcome you. But for 5 weeks, let's play it 100% like winners. Yes?
Yeah.
Great. That being said, can we move on to the training for 5 minutes? There's not much to cover. Okay. Great. Phew. Maria, too nice. Okay, here we go. When on the webinar we said we've got a thriving online and offline community, we meant it. So there's an offline event coming up all around Australia and New Zealand. I get that some of you are in the UK, and I get that some of you watching the replay are in Canada and the United States. Totally get it. I'll talk to you guys in a second about where you can plug into. But for the Kiwis and Australians, take a screenshot of this, because in May, we are going to have an in-person event, Sydney on the 2nd, Melbourne on the 2nd, Perth on the 3rd, Brisbane on the 9th, Auckland on the 9th. It's the same event around Australia and New Zealand. Okay, we will be there. A lot of our team will be there. Some aren't on this particular call, but they're leading. But we've got Shay's in our team, Katrina's hosting an event, Louis hosting an event, and Sammy and Kylie are hosting the event in New Zealand. We're all part of Team Eagle, which is our team. So they'll be hosting and facilitating these events. We would highly, in fact, I'll go far as saying this. If you are serious about building this as a side hustle, this attendance is also non-negotiable, which is why Alicia and I, rain, hail or shine, have always shown up to these events for 12 straight years. There's not many. There's only 4 a year. And so if you're really serious about it, you'll get a ticket. They're not very dear at all. And it's an amazing day. It's a half a day. It's on a Sunday probably, I think. And you come along and enjoy the experience of just being in the room hanging out. Okay? So I'd really encourage you to scan the QR code, pay the $20, whatever it is, to get a ticket, and come along, because we'll be there. How many of you want to come and hang out with us in person and chill and experience this whole thing and integrate, learn a lot more? And how many of you want to accelerate your success by 6 months? Yeah, great. That's what you do when you come to these events, okay? If you're in the United States watching the replay, your Elevate event's coming up. These are the dates: Gilbert, Arizona. There it is there. You click the button, icephoenixevents.com. You go there, and they're the event dates. Same thing for you guys. Europe and UK, these are the rally events coming up: 21st of March, 25th of April, 26th of April, 9th of May. You got some epic events in Europe. And if you're in the UK, it's a quick flight over to Belgium and Stuttgart. It's not that far. It's pretty cheap as well. We've flown all over Europe for Askogenics ourselves. So I'm not, if it's a flight, jump on a plane. It's fine, right? This is how success works. It's not 24 hours away. It's probably just around the corner. But definitely attend these in Europe or UK as well. Okay, non-negotiable. Now, the most important thing you'll ever learn in marketing and selling. How many of you, hands up, have got an aversion or you're allergic to sales? It scares you to the bejesus. You feel awkward about it. You're already sweating in your bum just thinking about doing it. And you're like, well, this is not me. Yeah? Cool. That's everybody. You're not unique. That's very, very normal. What if I told you, though, that you only need to have one skill to make people buy? What if I told you that selling was just a matter of telling a story? Would it make it seem easier and simple and fun? This picture has made us millions of dollars in profits. This one picture. And of course, there's another picture of Alicia's too that has. But this one picture was taken 44 days after we started our first box. I had 2 shakes a day. I did 1 cleanse day a week. And even in between the 30 days and the 15 days, I ate 2 Big Macca's meals and drank a whole carton of beer on a bender with some friends in the Philippines. Facts. And I still lost 12 kilos. Now, I'm not suggesting to go on a bender and drink a carton of beer and 2 Macca's meals, but what I am saying is that this particular transformation story is really what has created success for us. So I don't care if you've already lean, great. Unless you've got an 8-pack, you've got fat to lose. Okay? And with these products, you will have 2 stories to craft and master over time. One is a health story. And by story, I mean a result, a testimony. Before I started the program, I was fat, had a beer belly. No matter what I tried, eating rabbit food, doing PT and boot camp, nothing worked long term. And then I'd lost all hope. My sister reached out with a new approach, a new system. I thought I'd give it a try when I realized there was the 30-day money-back guarantee. And after starting the program, I lost 12 kilos, lost my beer belly, and got the energy of a teenager. Best thing I ever did. That's the short 30-second story that makes you millions of dollars. Write this down. People buy stories. They buy results. They don't buy products. How many of you could tell me what strand and fabric layer amount and brand of your mattress? I can see some of you already puzzled. There might be one crazy person on the call that goes, actually, it's this and it's that fabric and it's this and that. But usually they're like, what? I have no idea. But how many of you could tell me, truth, hand on heart, whether you get a really good sleep or not in your bed? Okay, great. So when people buy a mattress, do they buy the strands of cotton or do they buy a good night's sleep?
Good night's sleep.
Okay, great. When people buy and when women buy a dress, do they buy it for comfort or style? They buy it to feel comfortable or do they buy it to look good for self-esteem and self-confidence?
Depends how old you are.
You're 17. You're 17 on your way to the school prom.
Looks. Definitely.
Right. You don't know about the thread color, who it was made by, anything like that, right? How many of you have had McDonald's before? All hands should be up. I would imagine some of you, most of you, right? Now, keep your hand up if you have ever asked for the exact ingredients of that hamburger and those chips from the person who served you the McDonald's meal. But how many of you went to Macca's because you needed some fast food and needed to eat quickly and predictably? Great. So similarly, we don't sell Isagenix products. We sell a health result. We sell weight loss to feel better and look better, be healthier, live longer. We sell more energy to run around with the kids. We sell a better night's sleep. We do not sell carbohydrates, fats, BCA proteins, micronutrients, ashwagandha, and rhodiola. We don't sell flippin' fasting tea and ionics, and we don't. That's the name of the products, and they're amazing, but we don't sell them. But people buy them. Why do people buy the products? Or why would they?
There could be results.
Yes, because when you use the products properly in a system, 2 smoothies a day, 1 cleanse day a week, and some items to reduce your stress, you look and feel healthy because your body is finally getting good nutrition in consistently for 30 days or whatever it might be. So when you use the Isagenix products, because they're such high quality and they work, your body's the miracle. And your body starts to get in shape based on the nutrition and fuel you give it. But when you share the products, if you do, to your friends or acquaintances or anyone, the person you share it to will immediately hear it. They're beep, 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 beep. I'm being sold to, I'm being sold to, I'm being sold to will happen in their mind, and they will run for the hills and they'll join the witness protection program with the police, and you'll never hear from them again. So if you'd like to fail at business, particularly if you'd like to fail at network marketing with Isagenix, please go and tell people about the products. But if you want to succeed, don't ever do that. Simply share your testimony. How many of you, let me just actually show of hands here because this is important. We'll be finished shortly. There's not a lot today. This is really important though. How many of you are Christians? And it's not a trick question, I'm just curious. Yeah, Christians, go to church stuff. Okay. How many of you have seen people who have this big Jesus sign and they walk around and they thrust it in front of your car going, Jesus, Jesus, not Jesus. You're like, what the heck? And it even scares Christians. Have you experienced that before? Any of you? Like, what the fuck? Are you a psycho? What? And how many of you have had a close friend who you trust and admire who said, you know what, man, before I started like going to church, I was this, and then I just went and I just discovered I can now walk a different life, and I've learned some great things and I've connected with some great people, and it's really been a good thing for me in my life. How many of you would just lean into that and go, shit, maybe I should go to church? The difference between how you share anything, including your experience, whether it be in a body or out of body, is what people care about the most. And for me, I had to have an Australian fighting boxing champion share a testimony to get me back to church, because I was not flipping going to those psychos, right? Because I don't respond to buy my stuff. Are you with me? It gives any brand, including Christianity, a very bad name when we market products like that, when we shove it down people's throats. How many of you have had something shoved down your throat in a shopping center, call it skin cream or something else, and you want to run away for the hills and you feel awkward and it's disgusting? Okay. That is not selling. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I tell you what it ain't. It ain't selling. So how many of you have bought something before and it felt like a bubble bath? You walked in there, you seem to be making all the decisions, you walked out with what you wanted, and you're like, that was the best experience ever. That person's amazing. You ever had that before? Yeah. That's because you were positioned to buy. You weren't sold to. So what we want to teach you is how to position people to buy. Does that make sense? So in this program, we're going to teach you how to craft a story. We're going to teach you how to do marketing through social media marketing in a very simple way that's effective. And we're going to teach you and show you how to sell through question asking, where the person sells themselves. And you never have to make statements, but you can continually ask questions until the person positions themselves to buy. Is that okay? How many of you would be open to learning that system? Would it be okay if when we showed you how to do that, you could repeat it and get results from it? And double hands up if that would be of value to you. Great. So 3 questions in a row. I'm starting to get you sold into that more and more and more, because you sold yourself into that. Yes? This is all we'll be teaching you how to do. Okay? All right. So the $1 million story is what you need to start with. This is where everything begins and ends. If you don't have a compelling story at all, then you can't do this, because there's nothing to sell. Like, tell me what you're up to. Well, I don't have a story and I don't have a picture, so buy the Ionics. They're going to run for the hills. Okay? You are your first customer. You can't share the power of this until you've experienced it. Follow product protocol, track your energy and transformation, take before and after photos, screenshot your commissions. That's the story people relate to, and it's what you'll share. So keep an eye on things, okay? How you feel before you started, how you're going now, how you feel after you get your results. Take some photos before, take some photos after. And, you know, like with Maria recently, she'd only done one side hustle school before this, and you'd think she'd done 10. But she got paid her first check, and I said, what you ought to do is frame that. So she went out and framed it. She's got a frame of her first check. And I say, because that's your story for your very first paycheck you made online. And so now she can tell that story for the next 50 years. And will compel people to want to join this and do this. Similarly, with this story of health, you will be able to share it and people will lean in to ask you for more information. How many of you know if you showed them a picture like the one on the screen of you, whatever the transformation you want to get, if you showed someone in your circle that picture of you, they would lean in and ask you what the hell you were doing? Great. That's a very effective way to get people leaning in to sell them. And by sell them, I mean ask them a series of questions and then send them somewhere else to be sold to. Okay? So you don't have to do it. So this is very important. This is how you create a before and after photo. Whether it's just before photo of you feeling unenergetic, now you feel energetic. We had Jackie in our program, and she started, and she's already lean. She's already in great shape. But she started, and now she's in insane shape. Like, she's got flipping six-pack. Like, it's amazing. We're going to get her to share a photo in the Side Hustle School group chat. It's incredible. So even if you're lean already, even if you're in shape, there's always more to do. Okay? So there's an app here you can add called the Layout Photo Collage Maker. You need to add the app. And you need to be in a position as you move through the products properly. And how you approach the products is how you'll approach the business. If you're laxy-daisy and you drop the ball on the products, you're likely to drop the ball on the business, and I don't want to be your business partner. I want to be partners with people who take things seriously enough to follow them well enough to get the results that they need. Make sense? You know, people that do things properly. Doesn't take much. Okay, with this program, if you follow the products, you'll save time, you'll save money, and you'll get amazing shape. It's a pretty good win-win outcome. So you use this photo collage maker to create a before and after photo. Alicia will share with you as part of the homework task that particular app and how to make your photo. Okay, so don't worry, there's going to be training on that. All right. So your $1 million story. We don't sell products. We share stories. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Excellent. That's the foundation to marketing and selling. One thing you can do is you can join the Kickstart 90 Challenge. It closes on the 6th of April. You don't have to do anything extra special, but you get a chance to win money. How many of you love money? Great. You may as well be in it, because those that look at Kylie in our teams in there, we've had so many people in our Side Hustle School get results. It's been crazy. Some of them have won. Kylie won $10,000. You just may as well be in it. You don't have to get on stage and do a bikini walk. You don't have to put your fat photo on Facebook. You don't have to do any of that. All you need to do is go to your app or your back office and enroll in the Kickstart 90 before the 6th. Just register. That's it. It will keep you on track. You get some extra bonuses. I think you get some apparel. It's really fun. You don't have to, it's just register for it. Okay. It'll keep you on track. We've had people like, sadly, Jackie, we didn't cover it at the very start last time and she missed out, but I think she could have won. Anyway, she won in her health, but okay. So we have a team called Team Eagle. That's Alicia and I started this team 12 years ago, and it's just the name of the team. It's a sub-team of Isogenics Global, but those who have been enrolled by us in our organization, in our training, etc., they are part of what's called Team Eagle. The reason why it's called Team Eagle and not Team Duck is because ducks quack, 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 complain, blame, and justify, and we get them off the bus as fast as possible. So if you're a duck, you'll be asked to get off the bus. But if you're an eagle, it doesn't mean that you are great. It doesn't mean you are a high achiever. It just means you've got a great attitude. And we can take eagles to Eagle School, and they'll become bigger eagles. But what we can't do is take ducks to Eagle School, because what they do is become bigger ducks. Okay? So to be an eagle, it's about doing your best, all right? So when I say we've got these guys from Team Eagle who are doing well, they're all in the running to win a all expenses paid trip to Thailand Club Med, all you can eat, all you can drink, plus flights and accommodation in June. And we've got Katrina Wood, who's on the call now. She's there. Kylie and Aaron Gill in New Zealand, they're there. Kylie Sidebottom, who only just joined Side Hustle School. She's only done one other Side Hustle School, I think. We've got Louis. He's there. He's won a couple of trips. He was on our cruise. Naomi Logan, Shane, and Liz Hutchin from New Zealand, right? So give these guys a bit of a golf clap. If you don't know who they are, like what? So there's these trips to win, okay? Here's what you can expect from us over 6 weeks. Today is week 1. Next week's week 2. 5 weeks of focused live training, just like this, but we'll dive deep into the real training, like dive deep each week, like this, masterclass driven. Weekly homework that builds your skills, but it's not fluffy. It's like, let's go, okay? So it's going to be blunt and to the point. It's going to help you move faster. The recordings and replays and updates will be in our messenger group, so keep an eye out. If you haven't seen something, just take 1 second to scroll up and you'll probably find it. Okay, just take a little bit of time to scroll up before you ask, and then ask away if you can't find something. Week 6 Side Hustle School graduation ceremony will be in week 6, so we graduate. How to graduate. How many of you want to learn how to graduate Side Hustle School? Bloody marvelous. All you do to graduate is enroll 2 customers. That's it. And there'll be some tools. There'll be, I'm certain I haven't asked her, but I'm certain she will. Katrina will run a live biohack masterclass for everybody to plug into, where if you have someone who's interested, of course, there's a video you can send them. It will teach you in the program, but she may run a live webinar where you can invite them to, and she'll sell them for you. How many of you would love Katrina Wood, who's a world pro fitness model, to sell for you? Great. She'll probably run one of those. If you get a couple people on there, there's a likelihood you're going to get your 2 customers. Not everyone buys that goes on there, but if the more you get, the more likely they're going to go, hey, this is pretty good. I'm going to try this. Yeah. And then we're going to run our Shake Up Your Finances Masterclass, or the Side Hustle Masterclass, like the one that you all joined through. We're going to run that again, but we're going to run it for you. So you're welcome to invite 1 or 2 others, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 others, for all we matter. I mean, it doesn't matter, to join. And if they want to join the next Side Hustle School, we're going to facilitate that so that you can get your 2 associates in, and you can start building a team. Okay. So that's our commitment. That's what you can expect from Alicia and I and our team. Okay. What we expect from you: be present, attend the weekly trainings, ready to go, camera on. Be coachable, do the weekly assignment tasks. We'll post a quick poll in the messenger group the day before our next training call to check that you've done the homework. All you need to do is vote yes or no. Participation is essential. If you don't respond, you'll be removed from Side Hustle School group chat by your accountability partner. Okay. Or not, based on what you want to do. Be open to different approaches. We mentioned that. Play it 100%, do your best. Have fun, because if you're not having fun, why bother? Okay. The go-to resource that we train from and that you'll use a lot to learn this, it's the steps and the sequence and the system we run from, is called eatforfreeclub.info. It's your go-to resource. Okay. So save that, and we will be, if you ask questions, we're likely to direct you back to one of the resources at that link. Okay, that's for our team only, but you'll see that there's we train you over the next 6 weeks from that resource, just so you know. But you'll all have access to it now, so you're welcome to jump in there and get started. You've probably already started that. So I'm just going to share that so you see what I'm talking about. Like, so you're like, oh, what's the E for Free Club link? We're almost done. So if you go to eatforfreeclub.info, you would have seen this as you signed up as a customer or an associate. Of course, there's this cool pop-up now that you click on that and it takes you to the Kickstart 90 straight away. But as a customer, you watch that and plug in. You download your starter guide, take some photos. This is how customers are plugged in. This is for the products, okay? You'll have done that, which is cool. And if you haven't, start as a customer yourself and go through these steps, which was the pre-Side Hustle School homework task. And if you come down, it then moves into how do you earn income. Simple orientation video, and there's a few steps we're going to train on and take you through that teaches you how to do it. Okay? Some extra tools down the bottom here that we can get to later. There's some tools we can access later when we train you. But this is basically the resource and go-to guide. So what we're going to do through Side Hustle School is we're basically going to take this video, we're going to do it in real life training, and we're going to take you through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. Okay? We're going to do all these steps together. that good? Live, interactive. You are welcome to jump ahead and use some agency to find out what's going on anytime you want. Up to you. Okay? By the way, if you're a human being, you're going to learn slow. It's not going to make much sense initially. And over time, it's going to integrate slowly. So don't make up a story that you're dumb, slow, or that we're all the same. We're all dumbos. I'm saying I learn slow. Or I don't know what the hell does that mean, right? This is how we learn new things. So don't freak out. We're just going to go through steady, okay? So that's what we're going to go from, that resource. Just so you know, it's not going to change ever. We're always going to train from that resource. If we update it, it'll be very slight, but you'll see changes over the course of time if we have to update things, because things change in marketing and consumerism and stuff like that. We got some cool things planned for you guys as well, but there you go. Okay, so that being said, I'd love to know, pop in the chat, what has been your biggest takeaway from today's training? Success flags, yep.
No, don't say information.
People buy stories, not products. Success flags. Importance of accountability partner, yep. Show up. Don't make showing up negotiable, yep. Show up, be accountable. Become unconventional, yep. Symptoms of success, that's good. You got to change to get a change, you betcha. Be an eagle, not a duck, nice. Important to be committed to 6 weeks, yep. Story sell. Symptoms, awesome. Don't be a duck. Craft my story, absolutely. That's all you need to do is craft your story, right? So that leads me to this. So first week's homework, nice and simple and straightforward, I would think. Firstly, for those of you who didn't do the pre-homework, what we would suggest is that you go to the eatforfreeclub.info link and you actually go to the very top, watch the orientation video and set yourself up as a customer. Experience what it's like to order a Big Mac from your own McDonald's store. You must plug in as a customer, go and do those steps that you were going to do before the start of this if you haven't done yet. Okay? Once you've done it, then you go and do step 1, which is to watch the compensation plan video on eatforfreeclub.info, okay, which I'll show you in a second, and share your top 3 takeaways in the messenger group. That's basically a video on how you make money doing this, okay? Step 2, become an associate. And step 3, create a recommended cart, okay? A 14-day pack or a 30-day reset pack. Make sure they're in your app and available. And how many of you have already started the products? I dare say it's most of you. Yep. For those of you who have shared on the products, even if you haven't and you've just got the box and it just arrived, we still want you to record yourself sharing your story on video and send it into the messenger group. So let me just go through this with you really simply because it's really simple. I'll just click on this. Eatforfreeclub.info. If you haven't watched that and plugged in as a customer, do that. It doesn't take very long. And if you scroll down here, the homework task is purely and simply to do step 1. Step 2, if you haven't yet. Step 3 is become an associate, which takes 5 minutes. And then create a recommended cart. So step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Before next week's call. Give me a thumbs up if that's making sense to you. Okay. And then share your story, your transformation story, whether you've just lost a kilo, you got more energy, you just started with your box and you're skeptical and don't know what the hell you're doing. It doesn't matter what your story is. We want to know how you're feeling about the experience so far. And all you need to do is share it in our group chat, Side Hustle School on Messenger. I know we're all got busy lives. I understand. And I know there's going to be some things the next week that are going to pop up you don't even know are coming. I get it. And I know there's a lot of distractions in the world. And I know for some of you, just doing these tasks is already overwhelming. But When you go through them, you'll realize they're actually very simple. It's the thinking about them that's heavy and a burden. So what I'd suggest is just go and attack them with vigor, complete them as fast as you can, and participate in the group chat. And if you get stuck anywhere, please ask for help. Talk to your accountability partner, hold each other accountable, because how you approach these tasks for homework is a test. And I'm watching to see who takes this seriously. It's an absolute test. If you're thinking, oh, are they testing us? We are, every single week. So we are, it's a test, okay? Test to resolve. Who has the ability to execute tasks? These are the types of people we want to hang around more in life. The ability of people to get things done. Cool? That's the only homework for the week. Watch out for things in the group chat. Next week, same time, same place, same link. This replay will be shared if you want to watch it back. But go forward and just do those homework tasks to set in place. Have fun doing it. Make a ton of errors. Make mistakes. Laugh at it. And just ask for help when you need it. Okay? But go forward and execute those things. I can't wait to see everyone's videos in the group chat. If you're already shitting your pants, good. We want to see you shit your pants on a video. It's going to be fun. Okay? We're not going to pull you apart. We're just going to laugh with you and have fun. And then next week we can get a bit more serious with the training. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if this all made sense to you. Excellent. Go like this if you're like, holy shit, what am I got myself into? Okay, we got 3 honest people on the call. Sure, yep. Okay, great. Make sure you're having fun. We're going to leave it there. Go forward. Have a great week. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you inside the group chat. And next week we dive right deep into what we're going to get into, which is making money, how to get started, etc., etc. But go forward and execute the homework, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks, Lloyd. Thanks, Alicia.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Lucy. Thanks, Ross.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye.